Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth here. You know, here's the thing. Look, I was going back through. I've been using all sorts of nonsense.coms. None of them are real these days. Half of them send you back to this channel. I'm just tired of it. I'm not going to do anything with SethMarkwood.com that you're going to be interested in seeing because there's nothing on there right now. So I'm just going to stop saying it. And it's going to destroy our flow. I apologize. But I am here too, and I'm glad that you're here. And the three of us, you, me, and him.
Thank you for mentioning that.
You're welcome. Our Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Good morning, Homer. Good to see you. How are you doing?
Good morning. You know what? I don't like sitting on a bar stool with this.
No, it's terrible. For 7 years, we have said the bar stools suck. Let's get chairs. And for 7 years, you said, no, I don't really want chairs because chairs would be bad. How you feeling about a chair today? Huh? That's what I thought. If you think we should get chairs, please voice that in the comments down below. What are we smoking today?
You know, the biggest problem with a bar stool is not only the fact is my leg not really well supported, but it's getting bent back further than you would normally bend it in a seated position.
It sucks in every way, shape, and form. I've been dealing with lower back pains, and I got to tell you, the bar stool does not help with that. Today we're smoking Roman Peter Guter Tabak.
So this is tobacco that I picked up at the Tobacconist in Switzerland, and this is a guy who makes pipes, and got to visit his shop and get this tobacco. I was about a year ago, and was really surprised when I said I'd like to have whatever the amount was.
It's in a Ziploc. It's in a baggie.
And they pulled this out of their bulk stock. And the next thing I know, the gal's back there pumping the vacuum to create this sealed tin. Made it right in front of me.
That's kind of cool.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It smells real good.
I'm pretty sure I shared probably even a video of this on Instagram a year ago.
So go ahead and load that up. While you do,
I'm gonna.
here, take that. It's in the baggie because while you do, I got to show this warning label on the back. So you know we've seen a lot of countries that are showing labels about smoking, but I don't know that I have ever seen this one. Guys, we're shooting up today. we're shooting up this tobacco, so be warned.
Yeah, I want to say this is Swiss. Does it have an address on it? It was either Germany or Switzerland. That was in both Germany and Switzerland.
Nope, it's the Tobacco Stop helpline. It says Broadway. You wrote Broadway, or somebody wrote Broadway.
They wrote it. Yeah. Probably 1Q.
Yes,
No,
that's right.
It's not 1Q, but it smells great.
It's probably Tabakledel.
Nose is running too.
All right, so my wife and I had an experience in the car post-lunch that just gave us both the giggles. And it is because we have had versions of this conversation many times. But we've never caught ourselves in this communication trap ourselves. So, many times before, I have asked people this, and I'll ask you now. If you want your significant other to make the house a colder temperature, how do you communicate what you would like them to do to the air conditioning system?
I was gonna say, what time of year is it? It's winter. It's summertime.
We'll say summertime. So the temperature, you want the temperature to drop. How do you want them to interact with the AC? Please turn the AC blank. Fill in the blank.
That's a tough one because you're right. Jandy and I use different terminology for this too. When I hear her say "turn it down," I interpret that as make it cooler. Turn it down. She means heat it up. So I guess I would say, can you crank up the AC? To me, that means make it cooler. Cranking it up is cooler.
So wait, you just said it backwards though. You just contradict yourself, I think. So if she says, please turn down the AC,
she means she wants it warmer.
She means she wants it warmer, and you think you mean that means turn down the temperature.
I don't know now.
You just said it back. You just said it both ways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? Okay.
What I do know is every single time she says it,
It's
I have
wrong.
to say, do you want it cooler or do you want it warmer?
Okay.
However it is she says it.
Yeah. So, what about you? Be interested to know. Give you a second to comment. I have asked this question many, many times. And many times the spouses, significant others, roommates disagree on what they mean. And then many times, about 50% of the time, they will flip their perspective when I say, okay, now we're not talking about the home, we're talking about the car. Okay? So, in the home, many people say, turn up the AC to mean increase the temperature. Right? Turn the AC up means make the temperature hotter. In your car, what does turn up the AC mean?
Make it cooler.
Right.
Yeah. So to me, turn up the AC is always making it cooler.
All right. So we had this conversation, and this is how it was applied because we have asked that many times. Our newlywed friends, people will ask that question. In the car, we have just purchased a turkey. We're having an early Thanksgiving with some family that are going to be in town that won't be here for Thanksgiving. So, going to put the turkey in the fridge that has been freezing some of our vegetables. The lower rack in the back, things are freezing. Okay. I said, because I've experienced some of the meat back there freezing as well, I said, we'll need to turn down the refrigerator. You turn down the refrigerator, and her immediate response was, yeah, but then all the vegetables will freeze. Right? No. Turn down the refrigerator means making it warmer, because the refrigerator being turned up makes the stuff in the refrigerator colder. So we caught ourselves in it and just burst out laughing because it has never happened to us. We have had the conversation so many times about the car and the house. She knows when I say turn up the AC, that means turn up the power to make the room colder. And same in the car, turn up
the
AC.
refrigerator, you mean the opposite?
No,
funny.
I mean the same thing. No, if you turn up the power of the refrigerator, it will turn down the temperature. Right? I am consistent in how I'm using the terms. She totally misunderstood, applied to a different thing. But she's like, no, the broccoli's gonna freeze. How will it freeze if you turn down the refrigerator? It's gonna be warmer. Like, what? Never applied. It's always applied to the device that is having an inverse effect on the actual temperature, and not the temperature itself. If I said make it colder, I will say, can you turn down the temperature? Can you make it colder? By whatever means you choose.
I think it's best that I define it. I mean, that never hurts to say that. Do you want to be warmer or cooler? But you're right. If you want the turkey to not freeze, you would want to make sure that it's not going into the coldest part of your refrigerator. If in fact the refrigerator in the coldest spot freezes things.
Right. Well, or in our case, we've already been talking about how we need to adjust the temperature in our refrigerator. But the refrigerator, I think our refrigerator doesn't have a thermostat. It has one of those 1 through 10 dials,
Okay.
right?
Right.
And where 10 is colder, 1 is warmer. So you turn it down to make the temperature warmer. So that's where my head was. We need to put it on a lower number, which will increase the temperature and keep things from freezing. And she heard turning it down being make it colder. That's gonna freeze out everything in there. It was just funny because again, this is like one of hers and mine party questions that we'll ask people. And so we know the answers to those other two applications. This is the first time we got caught. We know how we would answer those questions anyway. First time we were been caught in that. This is good tobacco.
It is good.
Why is so much of the good tobacco stuff that we can't get?
I know. I don't know. Get to seal that up.
You don't even
Or
want
do I
taking,
mean seal it down?
you don't even want taking trips to Switzerland
I
anytime
don't
soon?
think I have one anytime soon scheduled.
Well,
I do have a lot of traveling scheduled
I was
soon.
gonna say we're both traveling. I am currently, as of release, in Atlanta at a trade show down there. It's a big one. I think it's gonna be big. This is green build to
I know.
sustainability. Yeah, do you guys?
A little
consider
bit,
that?
like lead and all the green stuff.
Lead will
the
be
building.
there. It is all sustainability. It's I think Home Depot is a big sponsor of it.
There used to be a website, and unfortunately, I notice now it's gone, and it's available if you want to spend a bunch of money. Woodisgreen.com. And it was a great project that somebody started to encourage people to think about the material that you're using in construction. You can't plant more concrete.
Right.
There will not be more steel than already exists on the planet, but you can grow more trees. And so by growing, harvesting, replanting trees are green.
Yeah.
And but there are people who say, "Oh, I can't believe they're cutting down those trees."
Right.
It's actually really good as long as it's sustainable, right? People freak out over paper. You know, in the South, they grow these forests of pine trees, and every, let's say, 10 years, they harvest them and replant them. And you'll hear people will be freaking out. I can't believe they're taking down that beautiful forest. Well, that beautiful forest didn't exist 10 years ago, and it was there for the purpose of creating paper, and now it'll be planted again, and away we go.
Yeah.
Speaking of planting trees, I'm
I was gonna say
assuming
It's currently up to, last I checked, 14 million trees planted,
So-
or dollars. Go ahead and explain it.
YouTuber hit on the idea of kind of drawing attention to this, that we do need to do what we can to help our environment. And he had the idea of connecting with a whole bunch of
So this,
influencers, right?
this is Mr. Beast. If you're not familiar with him, he's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. He does a lot of challenge videos where he's giving stuff away. He's well known, and it was a comment or comments where people were challenging him. Hey, you know what would be like a big thing? He's always like, it's like, I'm gonna give away. He'll just walk up to people and say, hey, answer a question. And he gives them a question. Great, here's a Corvette for you. And he gets these sponsorships that will just give all sorts of product. Or he's done a ton of those videos where they leave $1,000 tip for somebody on a coffee bill, not a waitress, and so big over the top. Was challenged by some of his viewers. Hey, why don't you try to plant 20 million trees by 2020? And he said, okay, challenge accepted. And so he's worked with Mark Rober and some of the other big YouTubers.
all of the other big YouTubers.
Well, if
we
not
didn't get a
directly,
call, or maybe we didn't have our number listed.
if not directly working with them, then indirectly working with them. And yeah, so I'm sure you have seen this thing. So they set up a website. They're working with the, what is it, Arbor Foundation?
National Arbor Day, I think is
To raise $20 million to plant 20 million trees. So the Arbor Foundation says it can plant a tree for $1. And some of the big names that have signed on, Elon Musk donated $1 million. I think Bill Gates is on the list.
which was controversial, by the way.
I know, because of some sort of
In court,
lawsuit.
in court, he said, he doesn't have a lot of money in some lawsuit that he's facing, and then now he's giving away $1 million. Yeah, he's got some money earmarked for good things. It's kind of cool though, and I again go back to green. Wood is green, and we shouldn't feel bad about using wood, and as long as the wood gets replanted, which it does, has been for years. Now go back 100+ years. And the wiping out of most of the old growth redwood trees out on the West Coast, that was a shame. That was a doggone shame. Still a few of them there, but there were a lot of homes and buildings that would never have been built if it hadn't been for those trees.
Well, what's interesting about this event is they walk the walk, which is good. The whole event is geared towards sustainability. You can't bring promotional material unless it is 100% recycled. It's on 100% recycled paper. You can't bring new structures and things unless they've already been used or are planned for use in additional trade shows. You can't use styrofoam in any of your shipping material. You have to basically, and you're signing off that yes, we're gonna participate in this. You have to have training. You can't they will do audits of your booth to see if you have thrown recyclable things in the trash can, and will give you
So
a
what you do
demerit
is
or
like a little
something for
fire
it.
that you can just burn stuff right there in your booth.
Like styrofoam, bring it over. It's bad. You gotta burn it up.
You got a
really
little
help in the
container of
planet.
gas that you can just drop the styrofoam into the gas can.
That's right. Make some napalm and go on your way. So that's crazy.
That's
And
neat.
where are you?
Well, right now I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Nice.
I just got back from
Florida?
Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Orlando, Florida. And every single one of those trips involved at least one visit, if not two visits to the Atlanta airport.
Mm-hmm.
So we might have just missed each other.
Yeah, I'm not flying, so thankfully
then I
I'm
really
not.
missed you.
Thankfully, I'm not having to spend time in the Atlanta airport.
That's good.
I
You're
thought
driving
about.
now there?
I'm driving. Yeah.
Is that as good for the earth?
Well, because we are having to take material, we'd be shipping it anyway. And so actually, I think it would be, since we are carpooling with the equipment we're taking, instead of doubling up on the carbon footprint. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Have you noticed that too? That's showing up on your airline tickets. They're
No.
showing you the amount of carbon that is being produced by your ticket.
Not on Southwest, it's not. That's Southwest people aren't environmentally conscious like Delta people.
That must be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying this.
Me too, but we've got to wrap up because
You
got a prior
you got
commitment.
people to be in places to do.
I do.
Hey,
That's
circle back around to Tobacco Advent. Don't forget, we need your participation. If you're going to participate, find information down in the doobly-doo, the video description. And thanks in advance for participating.
Probably immediately after this, within the next couple of days, we're going to be getting together to start filming the
Yeah.
first few days of Tobacco Advent. So the sooner those tobacco samples get in, the easier it makes it for us. Again, if you submit something, we'll make sure you get a cornament. And last year, we had more tobaccos than we had days of Tobacco Advent. And so we used those for, almost the first 2 months of this year to help offset our...
Jandy just told me that she has two packaged and ready to go, two cornaments from last year that she's needing addresses for.
Well, if you
didn't get your cornament last year, by the way, we would know who you are because the day on the bottom of the cornament would tell us what day it was. I don't want to
know that we
open the
dated those, though.
package.
Did we date them last year?
Absolutely. There's a day on the bottom of the cornament. If you didn't get your cornament,
I don't know. No one's ever given me a
in
cornament.
2018. Let me know now. Email me at aristocob@gmail.com. It's Aristocob, Aristocob. I've had people that have been using the wrong name, and that's a problem. It's also International Corncob Pipe Month. Check out the Aristocob channel for the International Corncob Pipe Month video contest that's also going on right now. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Too much. Way too much.
That's probably true. All right, that's it. Make it a great day, great week, and we'll see you again next week.
Thanks. See ya.